And Cardi B has spoke out about that. She has mentioned it on social media spaces. She's like, wait, this girl, I don't want to beef with her. I understand she's Nicki Minaj's sister, but she didn't come at me crazy, so why should I have beef with her? Why should I beef with the Ming Lee? She's 18, 19. She was basically saying, okay, yeah, you're Nicki Minaj's sister, but I'm not going to come at you if you didn't come at me. Like, if you're not on beef time at my tour, I am not going to be beefing with you. But then again, Cardi, if you beef with an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, that's going to be mad weird. Like, that'll be really, 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 really strange, okay? But let's talk, let's chat. How do y'all feel about Cardi B mentioning Ming Lee? It was a big conversation yesterday, so she was just replying to all the comments about it. But I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, I just feel like she didn't have to mention it because I feel like she knew she was coming. You invited her into your section at the club. Let's not be dumb.
The chatter from yesterday, it was pretty loud. You know what? I don't even know what to say about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what to say about that. Like, I feel like that young lady, I feel like she needs like guidance. I feel like she needs guidance. She's a young girl. I'm not gonna play somebody, like if somebody comes to see me and there's no issue, I don't wanna play nobody in their face and try to be funny if they're not on that type of timing. It just doesn't get you nowhere. I feel like kindness, not being petty, because I'm not even on that petty timing either. Like, I'm not gonna play somebody in their face in person and stuff. And plus, I'm not gonna be beefing and doing the most with somebody that, I don't know, they're 19 years old, 18 years old. I don't know, like, I just, too grown for that. And I feel like I'm too blessed for that. Like, I don't want to play it close though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play it close because I don't want to be involved in none of that drama. I don't want to be involved with nothing. I don't think that girl's on drama time. I just feel like she's a young kid. You know what I'm saying? Young kids, they need guidance. They need, like, I don't know what they're looking for. Unfortunately, I can't give it because it's just too much, but I don't know. I just don't want no problems. I just don't want no issues. I just don't want no nothing. Everything's going really great right now in my life, and it's just like I wanted to stay that way. I don't want me to do something bad or be mean or be petty or do some fuck shit if I don't have to, of course, because if I have to, I will.
But no shade. I feel like, number one, if Nicki Minaj and Ming were even close like that, she wouldn't even be there. So no shade. I don't think Nicki Minaj cares enough to even, cause beef over it. She's saying, I don't want no beef. I don't want no beef, no problems. Who's going to fight with you over Ming Lee? Okay? Nobody's fighting with you over Ming. No shade. And there's no beef at all. Of course not. But I do feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to Ming needs to learn how to get out of, like, I think that she needs to get guidance. Yes. That's very true. She has nobody to guide her. People are using her for clicks, views, and clout, and Nicki Minaj's little sister. But when it comes down to actually having support and people around in her corner like that, nobody cares about her like that. She's just known as Nicki Minaj's little sister, and nobody cares about Ming Lee the person, because we don't know you, love. We don't know you. We don't know Ming. We don't know this little girl. Moving on to SZA, she is doing a collaboration with Steve Lacy. Okay, y'all, look. If you love Steve Lacy, comment down below, I love Steve Lacy, because I love Steve Lacy too. We could be friends. Oh my God. So SZA is going to be doing a song with him. And not only one song, y'all, a full mini project. Well, it wouldn't be full then, it'll just be mini. Anyway, but no, SZA is trying to get into her alternative, not really underground, but very much, like alt R&B, funk vibes, blues a bit. I love Steve Lacy music. I hate the fact that he got popular. Y'all know that song, I wish I knew you wanted me? I hate that, because once he got popular, the people kind of diluted his music and they kind of made it like a trend. But like, people like that aren't really meant to be popular mainstream because they're so niche. And I love when artists are niche. Once they get big and popular, like, they lose their, like, touch. I don't know how to explain it, but they kind of lose what makes them dope. Anyway. But no, SZA, I want her to definitely drop it. But fuck that. I want a SZA and Kendrick Lamar collaboration album. Why don't we have that? They have all these singles. We need a SZA and Kendrick joint. Like, for real. I don't know why we haven't got that yet, but it's definitely overdue, very much so. And also, when it comes down to it, I wouldn't mind if SZA does a, like, EP with Kendrick. You don't gotta do a full album. It don't gotta be a full, but it could be a cool little one too. You know what I'm saying? But SZA, I want you to also start enunciating your words a bit more, because recently, I don't know what you be saying. That's all I hear, okay? You and Summer Walker need to open your fucking mouth, for real. Open your mouth, not to suck D, but to speak, to sing, and speak. For real. Oh, wow. Social media users are trying to discredit Nicki Minaj. They're trying to say Nicki Minaj is the least global out of Ariana Grande, Beyoncé, Gaga, and Rihanna, okay? And also, when it comes down to it, I don't think that really all of these artists are not global. I think everybody is global, But I feel like the least global definitely is not Nicki Minaj. She was able to go on tour all around the world. And I feel like, honestly, the only reason why they're comfortable trying to say these things is due to the current Nicki Minaj Trump backlash. Okay, that's the only reason why they feel comfortable saying things like that. And that's the only reason why they feel comfortable, mentioning up things like this. And I feel like, personally, y'all gotta stop these dumb conversations. For real. Did you brush your teeth this morning? You still got last week's dinner up in your fucking gums. Clean your teeth. Talking about some who's less global. It ain't Nicki. Okay? Y'all really irritate me sometimes. Y'all really, really, really do irritate me. Alright? Let's discuss who has the least amount of writers on their albums. Let's discuss who uses the least amount of songwriters on their albums. Then we can talk. Okay? Oh, now I'm being messy. Now I'm being unfair. Okay, yeah. And your mother still stink. Moving on to Grok, a lot of the bar-ups have been discussing how Nicki Minaj is the #1 most discussed artist of 2026. They're saying, damn, Nicki has been discussed so much this year, and we're only 3 months in, and she has had so much conversation. And now, I feel like Nicki Minaj understands the power of positive conversation and negative conversation, how they both really mean the same thing. Yes, they mean the same thing. As long as you're discussing her name, talking about her, in some way, shape, or form, she's being promoted. When you share a hate video, that video does not come across all haters. That video come across fans as well. So, therefore, you trying to say negative things, a fan gonna get in the comments, defend her, and maybe play her album or two. But you're so dumb, you don't realize that that hate video is actually helping out. And let's be real, you can hate somebody so bad that you become a fan. Trust me, okay? It happens, and I've seen it in real life, real time. But yeah, y'all, how do y'all feel about Nicki Minaj being #1 for most talked about? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, I'll be surprised if she was #3 or #2. But #1, I'm not gagged at all. I'm surprised, actually. Well, no, I'm not surprised. No. Artists are not happy with AI, neither am I. So SZA says she's at war with AI music, and as it continues to become more prominent, she says, I feel like I'm at war because of AI. It's happening disproportionately with black music. Why am I hearing AI covers of Olivia Dean when Olivia Dean just came out? She can't even collect the streams. I'm also offended by the type of black music that's coming out of AI. Weird, stereotypical struggle music, true. The blend of information my human experience provides. AI can't even be prompted to F with. I agree. I'm gonna be irritated because, let's be real, if somebody had AI YouTubers doing what I'm doing, I would feel like, wait, you're not even having your own personality. You aren't even, like, editing yourself. You aren't even doing your own work. That's not fair. And imagine if they could post 8 videos in a day, and I can only do max 3. I'm gonna feel like, wait, what? Like, it's just not fair, and it's gonna definitely feel like they're taking my spot. But at the same time, I feel like this is the time for people who are human beings in artistic spaces to get more creative. You know, it's time to get more creative, and I feel like that's what artists have to do. Either you're gonna use it in your own work in some way that benefits you, or it's time to just say, you know what, I'm gonna turn it up a notch. But I feel like artists and singers, eventually, they're gonna be outstreamed by AI. Let's be real, if a label could save over $10 million on a budget for a video and make an AI video or just do an AI concert, why would they push a human being? They wouldn't. They would rather push that robot that can generate them millions off of a computer-generated song or video. So, SZA, I get it, you're upset, but it's time for us, or artists and general creators, to get creative with it, have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying use it fully and that's it. No, but, you know, finesse the game. Everything eventually is going to become the standard. But how do you maneuver? Moving on to Ebro, he says Drake does not have one original classic album out or coming soon ever. And this is causing a lot of conversation online. Do you all believe that Drake doesn't have a classic album out or ever made or coming soon? Let's discuss that now. He said that it's never going to happen and we should just stop waiting for it. You don't think that, like, Take Care is a classic? I think so. Let's take a listen.
Ebro says Drake will never drop a classic album. Like, what are we even doing? I don't think it's even debatable that Drake has set the standard for what a classic hip-hop album is, but I'll roll you guys the clips so you can see. Very hard watch. Everyone else in the room instantly kind of shows some backlash and says, bro, like, what are you even talking about? But I will say this. If he is referring to the future, saying, yeah, Drake will never drop another classic album, there might be some validity there, honestly. And I'm not even a Drake hater. It's just like the times have changed. This is the weirdest part. Ebro commented on the Our Generation Now post of this, saying, I love Drake. Always a huge supporter of him. Okay, why are you saying what you're saying? He did not give us much context. He just basically clarified that he is a Drake supporter, but I don't know what that means, guys. Let us know if you do. Here's the clip. Comment your thoughts. We will see y'all in the next one with updates, possibly a Drake response.
He's like, I'm not trying to do that in the game. That's not why I'm here. So I'm waiting for something that's never gonna happen. It's like Low waiting for a classic Drake album. It's never gonna happen.
Oh my god, damn, man.
Trying my hardest.
Damn, you slept like 12 hours last night. What's up, bro?
Listen, I understand the hate train. I understand the behind-the-scenes politics with Drake right now, but let's not discredit his albums. Let's not discredit his work at all. Seriously. I mean, it's getting to the point now where people are getting too comfortable with the disrespect towards Drake and what he's put into the game. As a rapper, Drake has completely redesigned the rap game for male and females to be able to come in with the R&B tone, twist, and sing and still be able to be considered a rapper and be mainstream and have underground success. Let's not play with Drake's name. Take Care is a classic, and dare I even say, Nothing Was the Same is a classic as well, okay? I think those two are his top 2. Now, personal favorites would be, what's that album called with Trust Issues on there? Oh, Trust Issues. Moving on to Beyoncé, everybody is trying to clown her right now on social media because of how many writers she has for her albums. Everybody's saying, oh my goodness, why do you have over 50, 100 even for some? What is going on here, all right? Now, in case you aren't a Beyoncé fan, you would already know she samples a lot, especially for Renaissance and other, like, projects like that. But, I mean, I feel like Beyoncé, she always borrows. Like, it's not a big thing to me. Do she be stealing sometimes? Yeah. But I feel like borrowing is not bad if you give proper credit. It's one thing if she just be out here stealing lyrics and don't credit nobody. But I do think that it's definitely more so about the sampling.
Y'all know what pisses me off more than anything now? That Beyonce's song Run the World Girls is now a culturally worldwide celebrated song. When it first dropped, people hated that shit in real life. I was there. Real behind stand up, I was there. Not only did y'all talk about that song when it first dropped back in 2011, but y'all gave her shit about sampling Ponte Floor. That in the background, y'all gave her shit because she sampled that from Ponte Floor. Now look at that. Every other song is a sample. I don't even know the last original song. I'm kidding. I know it's a lot of original songs that you just dropped. However, all the songs now that are popular samples. Y'all gave, mind you, Beyonce didn't even use a vocal sample. She used an instrumental, like, portion of that song, or like the instrumentation of it. It didn't even, like, she made the vocal, she made the song. I would have never heard about Ponte Floor. No shade, I love the song now, of course, amazing song. I love it now, but I would have never heard of it if it wasn't for Beyonce. And that's no shade, that's actually a compliment because Beyonce heard my song, liked it that much, and made a whole new song. So, I don't like how when Beyonce, like, does a little bending of the rules, she gets so much flack for it, but now everyone gets to just do the same thing she did, even worse. People are taking whole songs, like the whole song, and raising the pitch or lowering the tempo, and making a whole different song. But Beyonce samples and instrumentation. When I tell y'all Beyonce has paved the way for so much of what is happening now, it pisses me off because I was there. It's not research, I was there when she was getting dogged. Mind you, when the song first dropped, I loved it. I loved it. I knew immediately, everybody was like, oh, In the Time should have been a single. No. It would not have done the same thing Run the World did. If she did not release Run the World, she would have never got Tofu, those two African bass dancers that were in the beginning portion of the music video. That would have never happened. We would have never got Lay Twins. Because that was like a remnant, I think. Fact check me on that. I think I'm wrong on that. But Beyonce has paved the way for a lot of things culturally that happens today like it's the norm now. And she got flack for it. She got beat up for it. And now it makes me understand, now I'm rambling. It makes me understand why she said no to Blue when she asked, can I be on stage? She's like, girl, you have no...
Moving on to Chloe Bailey, she is online discussing her career.
Did I sell my soul? No, but I will sell my album, so stream it. Trouble in Paradise, in pieces, more is coming. I'm not talking too much about it, I'm just gonna pop the out. Let me tell you something. I've been making the best music of my life, and I have to give credit to God and Jesus, because they are using me as a vessel, because it is not coming from me. It has been flowing out of me like water, and I am insanely grateful that I'm not gonna tear up, because I just ate on my makeup. But this is the best, music I've ever created in my life, and I stopped for a while. Like, I really had no desire to make music anymore. But by the grace of God, I got out of it since end of last year, and this is the best music I've ever created in my entire life. So when it is out, you will hear that, and I cannot wait. So y'all know I'm a crier, and I am on my time. So, and I just ate my makeup down. Oh, it still eats. I don't want to like tease you guys. I don't want to, get you excited and plans change. Like, when it's out, you'll know. But I have never been more proud of myself before as I am now.
I mean, it is really sad what she's going through, but at the end of the day, you gotta blame Beyonce. Like, no shade, how you signed to the biggest, most successful black woman in the world, and you can't even get a hit to save your life. Like, that's not a regular problem. How you signed to Beyonce crying and shit on live, being emotional? Like, it just don't sound, you have the best, biggest mentor in the world, and you on live crying and shit? No. Unfortunately, I do feel bad, but at the same time, I can't feel that bad. Like, you're not in the worst position ever. I'd rather you be independent or signed to another label than to be on live crying about your music flopping or your career flopping. We don't want to hear it, okay? Moving on to Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars with The Romantic has went to debut, and number one on the Billboard 200 with over 180,000 units first week. They said it will mark his first album since 2013. Damn. They said, why didn't 24K Magic go number one? Well, it was a lot of competition. Nowadays, it don't take much to go number one. But I'm surprised it went number one. Well, am I surprised? Really, no, I'm not. But is this album good to me? It's okay. It's bubblegum, crazy pop. If Bruno Mars did music like Silk Sonic for his albums fully, I would love it. But, the album has mixed reviews, ups and downs, lefts and rights. But I don't hate it, but it's just, I feel like it could have been better. You know what I'm saying? But, it's Bruno. It's gonna go number one. It's gonna go top 10 on Billboard. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a smash hit. But let's get into the opinions of this album.
Bruno Mars just dropped his worst album, and for the first time in his career, I kept waiting for that one moment, and it never came. When Bruno drops, you expect at least one song that takes over society and reminds you why he's Bruno Mars. On The Romantic, that moment never shows up. The production is smooth. It sounds like something you'd hear at a 5-star resort while a live band plays and everyone's on vacation. If he performed this album live somewhere tropical, it would be excellent. But in headphones, it just doesn't impress me. The songwriting feels recycled, like I've heard these songs before. Most of the hooks are forgettable. I Just Might is probably the closest thing to a standout. God Was Showing Off is a pretty love song, but neither one hits in a way that makes me want to listen again, and that's the issue. There's not a bad song here, but there's also not a single track that feels essential. It's the longest 32-minute album I've heard in a minute. Most of it goes in one ear and out the other. It sounds expensive, it sounds polished, but it doesn't feel hungry at all. And it definitely doesn't feel like what a 10-year return should. When you look at his other albums, even if they weren't masterpieces, they had moments. They had legendary songs. The Romantic just comes and goes. It's not bad or embarrassing, it's just painfully average. And for Bruno, average is a step back. For me, that makes